Hey everyone, welcome back to the Good Girl Box, the space where we unpack all the ways we can step into our power, set boundaries, and live life on our own terms. I'm Karen, your host, and today we're diving into a big topic: what happens when toxic people can no longer get to you, and how to handle their next move when they realize you've stopped reacting. You know that moment when you see someone's toxic behavior and instead of getting upset or triggered, you're just like, oh, this again? So boring. So yesterday? It's a huge milestone in your healing journey. It means their tactics no longer have power over you. But the truth is, once a toxic person realizes they can't push your buttons like they used to, they might escalate their behavior in different ways. So, let's talk about what to expect next and how to stay grounded in your strength through it all. The first thing to understand is that toxic people thrive on control, especially emotional control. When they can get a rise out of you, whether it's anger, sadness, or guilt, it gives them power. But when their behavior no longer gets that emotional reaction, it shifts the dynamic completely. You've reclaimed your power, and that shift can make them feel threatened. At first, they might try the same old tactics to see if they can pull you back into the drama. You might hear passive-aggressive comments or experience manipulative behavior. But when those tactics don't work, you'll notice a moment of realization. They realize they can't get to you anymore, and that's when things might take a different turn. What can you expect? Well, when a toxic person loses control of your emotional response, they often go for a last-ditch effort to regain it. Unfortunately, that can mean escalating the situation by trying to make you look like the unstable one. One of the most common ways toxic people retaliate when they lose control is by starting a smear campaign. This means they'll spread rumors, twist the truth, or turn others against you in an attempt to make you look like the crazy or unstable one. It's all about making themselves look like the victim while painting you as the problem. The smear campaign is a manipulative tactic to isolate you and get others on their side. It can feel incredibly unfair, especially when you've worked so hard to disengage from their drama. But here's the key: don't take the bait. The toxic person wants you to react, to defend yourself, to get angry, and to engage in the drama. But remember, you've already done the hard work of healing and not letting them trigger you emotionally. You've already proven to yourself that you're stronger than their manipulations. So, stay grounded in that truth. People who know you, the ones who truly matter, will see through the smear campaign. They'll know the truth, and they won't buy into the toxic person's narrative. As for those who do fall for it, let them go. You don't need people in your life who are easily swayed by lies and drama. When a toxic person escalates their behavior, whether it's through a smear campaign or trying to turn others against you, it's so important to stay in your power. That means continuing to protect your peace and your boundaries, no matter what they throw at you. Here are a few ways to stay grounded. 1. Breath work. When the stress and anxiety start creeping in, your breath is your anchor. Take a few deep breaths, inhaling slowly for a count of 4, holding for 4, and exhaling for 4. This simple practice can calm your nervous system and bring you back to the present moment. The more grounded you are, the less likely you'll be pulled into their drama. 2. Boundaries. Reinforce your boundaries with the toxic person and anyone who tries to bring their drama into your space. It's okay to say, "I'm not discussing this," or "This is not a topic I'm willing to engage in." You don't owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries, and you certainly don't owe anyone access to your emotional energy. 3. Walking in nature. Sometimes the best way to clear your mind and stay centered is to get outside. Whether it's a walk in the park, a hike, or just sitting by the water, nature has a way of bringing us back to our true selves. When things feel overwhelming, take a step outside and let the fresh air remind you of the peace you're protecting. 4. Emotional detachment. Remind yourself that their behavior is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. Toxic people project their insecurities, fears, and frustrations onto others. Their behavior isn't personal, even though it feels like it is. Stay emotionally detached from their drama and don't let it define you. 5. Positive visualization. Visualize yourself standing strong, surrounded by a protective shield of peace and light. Imagine the toxic person's words or actions bouncing off that shield and falling away without ever reaching you. This mental exercise can help you maintain your emotional distance and feel empowered in the face of their attempts to provoke you. It's important to recognize that toxic people often escalate their behavior when they feel they're losing control. They may try to provoke you in new ways, push harder, or create more chaos. But here's the thing. You don't have to engage. You don't have to respond. You don't have to prove anything to them or anyone else. When you no longer react emotionally to their toxic behavior, you're showing them that they no longer have power over you. They might try to provoke a reaction, but the real power is in your ability to stay calm, centered, and detached from their games. This is where your healing shows up in a big way. You've already done the inner work of recognizing your triggers and breaking free from the emotional hold they once had on you. So now, when they come at you with their drama, you can calmly observe it from a distance without getting pulled in. It's like watching the same old movie that used to make you cry or get angry, but now you see it for what it is, a tired, played-out script. Their tactics might have worked on you in the past, but you're not the same person you were then. You've grown, you've healed, and now their behavior just feels boring. The most important takeaway from today's episode is this: continue to protect your peace, no matter what. Toxic people may escalate their behavior when they realize they can't trigger you, but you don't have to play their game. Stay focused on your growth, your healing, and your boundaries. Use your breath, your walks in nature, your boundaries, and whatever other tools keep you grounded in your truth. You've worked too hard to let anyone pull you back into old patterns. And remember, it's not about making the toxic person change. It's about you staying in your power and refusing to be manipulated. You can't control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. Or, in this case, how you don't respond.